Did you know your subconscious controls over 90% of all your mental activity? That's right. Research suggests that your conscious mind only processes between 4% and 15% of your overall thinking. So how do you access your subconscious and get to the other 85%? The simplest, most direct way to your subconscious mind is meditation. And it doesn't matter what kind of meditation, because they all lead to the same place. This place for most people is somewhere between the high theta to low delta brain wave state. But if it's all about brain waves, do we really need meditation? Meditation has its own benefits, and I'm sure you've heard about some of them before. But if we are talking about accessing the subconscious mind regularly, meditation is not the only way. In fact, what's most important is finding a process you can settle into that's as simple as starting a car. Meditation can be that process, but there are alternatives. The important thing is that you find an approach that works best for your personality. And as you work out the best method for you, guided meditation can be a safe space to meet your subconscious. Because when you first start looking into how to do this, the information you get isn't a word vague. Relax, be consistent, calm your mind, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Captain Obvious. What you need here is a surefire way to get into your inner mind, and guided meditation is the answer. Because you are taken to the same place every single time. Even on those days when you just don't feel like it, and even when you're feeling tired, you will still go into that space if you play the recordings. If you're feeling tired, you may doze off. If you don't feel like doing it, you may find your mind distracted. But that's all a part of a process. Remember, this is a lifestyle for a lifetime. There will be ebbs and flows, just keep going. The meditation you choose must allow you time alone, your subconscious mind. So the guide gets you into that space, and maybe you do some grounding and clearing exercises. That's all well and good, but you should have at least 5 minutes of uninterrupted free time with just background noise or music. Now, start asking questions. That's right. Think of the most pressing question on your mind and toss it out there. You can visualize yourself throwing the question out like a baseball. If you love bowling, do it that way. Basketball, football, and hockey fans, you can follow suit. Just get your thought question out there. Then wait for a response. If you get nothing or your own conscious thoughts get in the way, repeat the question again. You will become better at it the more you do this. And more importantly, you are developing an inner connection with your subconscious. And just how do you know when you've accessed your subconscious mind? You will know because your subconscious mind will respond in a way that will leave you awestruck with how darn precise, perfectly timed, and absolutely needed it was. There have been times when our producer came out of the deep with such a perfect response for the thing he was wondering about that all he could do was shake his head in amazement. The first time it happens, you know, that was your subconscious communicating with you. But when it keeps happening over and over again, you go from knowing to flowing. However, there will come a time to break away from the guided meditations into something more free-flowing. Because now that you have established a sacred space for you and your subconscious to communicate on, but you need to make the space yours and grow this budding relationship with your subconscious mind. And the best way to do this is with self-hypnosis. Because you want more access to your subconscious and need more time together. You may need to tap into your inner mind while at work or away from home and your guided recordings. Have you ever had to make a significant decision in the middle of the day without much time to decide? Trick question, who hasn't been in that bind? Well, guess what? Your guided meditation toss out a question exercise is useless in those situations. What you need to know is how to. First, drop into the inner state in a moment. Then ask for help. Then get the help you need. And finally, get back out to waking reality. And let's say you find yourself in an emergency type of situation, and you need to be able to do this technique in about 10 minutes. Self-hypnosis is the only way to get it done. Because with self-hypnosis, you can go into the space of your subconscious in seconds, leaving you at least 7.5 minutes to figure out what you need to do. And for your subconscious, that's a lifetime. So after 10 minutes, you're back out with a solution in hand. Tapping into your subconscious for problem solving is one of the most empowering feelings a person can achieve. And we can tell you from personal experience, if you have a situation that needs a solution, your inner mind has the answer every single time. And still, we can do more. Some situations are a little or a lot more complex than a simple question and answer with your inner mind. Life problems can get messy because we are always dealing with different people, all with their own different agendas. And somehow, You need to navigate these situations without doing harm to anyone, most importantly yourself. And if you've been working with your meditations, you can harness and use all the experience you've gained from your guided meditation time. For example, let's pretend the country you're living in is going through serious social, political, and financial upheavals, and you need to know what your plan should be for the next few years. What do? You take a weekend and do some subconscious mind binging. Our producer came up with a mock retreat idea back in 2009 when he found himself in a perpetual downward spiral and needed to do something, anything, be it different or desperate. He got lucky, however, and tripped over a way to solve almost any problem. This is the fake weekend retreat method. First, dial in your prep time. You need to let everyone know and make it absolutely understood that from Friday morning until Monday morning you are a ghost. No texting, no social media, no checking work email, no nothing. For the next 3 days you're a phantom. Now, get your concerns, questions, and ideas down on paper or your preferred electronic device. Begin Friday morning before work with your guided meditation. Then after work, go all out until you pass out on Sunday night. And this is what you will be doing first. Do a guided meditation. Then switch over to self-hypnosis. Then do your guided meditation again. Then more self-hypnosis. Then mix it up. You can drop into your self-hypnotic state and then start your guided meditation or vice versa. Now, while you're doing all this, you got your concerns, questions, and ideas. And you're just going at it with your subconscious. What about this? What about that? And what about this and that, and the other thing too? Keep going for the entire weekend, and yes, there will come a point where you will tire of doing it. But so what? This is all a part of the process. Take a break and watch a movie that will make you laugh a lot and increase the endorphins released by your brain. Then get back to work. By Monday, you should have some type of game plan to work with. This is more advanced work, but it's also where more profound changes can and do occur. And you can do all of this on your own. But maybe you feel like our producer once did, and you're unsure you can really go into your inner mind. What if you have trouble accessing your subconscious? What can you do? The best thing to do is to speak positive affirmations to your subconscious mind. The affirmations will act as nourishment. Speak empowerment to yourself and encourage your inner self. In a few weeks, you will notice a response. Another question we hear is, how do you quiet your mind to hear your inner voice in the first place? Our reply is, are you sure it's just mind chatter? Perhaps the images you are seeing or feelings you are receiving are trying to tell you something, like the answer you're seeking. You might be tapping into your intuition and just not realizing it. Replay the thoughts and pick out the images, scenes, etc. that feel closest to your purpose and dive deeper into the scene. Get as clear and vivid of an image as you can. Then look, listen, and feel for the gentle pull of your subconscious mind. And then there's the what should you do once you're back in waking reality. The very first thing you need to do is write or record what happened as soon as possible. Immediately would be best. Make sure you are as detailed as you need to be. If something you feel is unimportant, but it's still stuck in your head, write it down. It may become more important than you could imagine. Just write it all down and ponder over it as if it's pure gold, because that's what it is. Now, we gave you some general ideas of what to do, but where do you start? In our opinion, you start with self-hypnosis, because you can get guided meditations all over the internet, and it's often a matter of personal preference. But self-hypnosis is a skill set that you have to learn. The learning part is as simple as listening, but it's a skill nonetheless, and if you're going to do it, then you might as well learn from the professionals. So please allow us to point you to one of the best free courses, masterclasses on the net. It's called Learn Hypnosis in 5 Days, and it's a free course from the people at Hypnosis Downloads. The course is as good as anything you'll pay for, and you will get the chance to feel what hypnosis is like for yourself. Then learn how to hypnotize yourself. And yes, it's free. And even though they do have over 1,400 hypnosis downloads and scripts that are so cheap it's silly, we're not asking you to pull out the credit and debit cards or click the pay with PayPal buttons. It's not about that. What we advocate on this channel is self-empowerment, and that starts with your mind, or to be more accurate, your inner mind. So until next time, take care and love yourself. We'll see you again soon.